G'day, this is Out&About with Dave, and here I am, Dave. Happy New Year, it's January now, to 2020, and I thought I'd do the next instalment of our weights and loads and that sort of stuff for carrying camping gear and trailers and that sort of stuff. In our previous episodes we looked at the car and putting all the weights on the car and what the difference made to the axle, to the car itself, and we gave those things some names, and then we looked at the impact of putting a trailer on it. Today we're going to look at the actual trailer itself and putting those loads and moving them around. We've got a jerry over here and we'll put that into the box trailer at the front of the box trailer, and we'll also put it at the back of the box trailer. Rather than weighing at the actual ball there, I'm going to weigh on the jockey wheel because I've got some bathroom scales there. Don't tell the missus. And we're going to put the jerry on there, we're going to weigh it up, and we're going to have a look at where we go and what the differences are and how we can use that in our calculations. So come on, have a look. So if we have a look at the box trailer we've got here now, we've got 38 kilograms on the jockey wheel on the front of the A-frame there, and then we've got our monopod over here, and we're weighing that in at 18.8 kilograms. So let's have a look at what happens when we put that on in the different positions. Back of the trailer now, and it's 800 mils behind the axle. So let's have a look at what effect that does to the drawbar here at the jockey wheel. So that's 29.4 kilograms with the jerry at 18.8 kilograms at the back of the trailer. If we move that jerry now to 880 millimeters in front of the axle, we can see that the effect on the drawbar here at this point is 46.6 kilograms. Okay, so that's gone up. So what's all this telling us then? Well, quite simply, if you put a load in front of the axle, it's going to put more weight on the ball. Okay, the load on the axle won't be as much as the full load of the container. So that 18.8 kilograms, not all of it is on the axle, it's shared with the ball. Okay, however, what happens when you put the weight behind the axle to the rear of the trailer is it's the weight of the actual container, 18.8 kilograms, onto the trailer. But as well as that, it's trying to lift that 18.8 from the back of the car to balance that out, like a seesaw. So you're going 18.8 down, and it's lifting 18 up. So what's happening is you're actually, on the axle load, both those loads are impacting. So the impact on the axle would be a lot more than the 18.8 kilograms. That's the way it goes, because we covered that in the previous version about the rear axle and the front axle, and the fact that you've got a couple of levers in play here at the ball joint. So it's quite fascinating. So I suppose one of the problems is some of the longer time travellers travelling around the countryside, they're of the faith that, hey, you know, the book tells me I can tow 3.5 tons, the book tells me I can do this, my car can carry 3.5 tons, or 3.2 or 3 or 2.5. I'm going to load it up to that maximum and see how it'll be right because it's fine, that's what the manual says. That's not necessarily the truth. What you need to look at is everything. To look at the axles, the ball, the loads in the trailer, the total weight of the trailer, the total weight of the car, total weight of the GCM of everything on board, and yeah, it gets a bit daunting. But if you break it down and have a look at the video I've given you and the pages we've got on there, those tables of definitions, and do some reading. Just be careful reading some of the books and the texts and the stuff on the internet. Some of them I think are a little bit too confusing, and there are other applications out there that talk about weighing everything you put into the trailer. In my book, I suppose, what I'm talking about here is load up your trailer like you would normally and get it weighed. And then you can look at what you can leave behind or move around inside the van or the trailer if you have to. If you don't have to, sweet, you're fine to go. It'd be interesting if there was a calculator or some sort of spreadsheet or some tool you could use to work all this stuff out at a calculator level and then actually do the balances later on. So what I'm getting at there, you've been to your caravan weighing place, you've been to your weigh bridge, wherever, and you think, gee, I'm over, what do I do? How do I fiddle with things to make it happen? Well, of course, you can take things in and out and get it reweighed, or you can use this little spreadsheet that I'm working on and developing up, and hopefully soon will be available on the website, and actually do some what-ifs in there. So what happens if I move the jerry can from the front to the back? It'll reduce the ball load, that doing such a thing, increase the load on the axles, and obviously keep the weight of the trailer the same if you're using the same equipment, just removing and adding. If of course you're removing, then you're going to lessen things. If you're adding, you're going to add them on. So I'm really looking forward to getting that out and getting it to you, and maybe episode 5 we'll be able to talk about that one. But have a look at this video, have a look at the previous ones if you haven't seen them already, and I'll try and write something up and do something with that spreadsheet. So hang in there, and safe travels.